All right, all right. YouTube world coming back at you from the Red Eye Loft. Tonight's session is about pigeon mumbling. We're going to be talking about everything and anything. So you're welcome to come on this channel tonight and let's pigeon mumble on a Sunday evening. Now behind me, I got Taino Loft, B-Route 681, and Cross Loft is in the house.
What's up, fellas? What's up?
Cross Loft?
Assalamu alaikum. What's up, guys?
All right. And tonight, Crossloft brought some young ones over for me to look at and admire. Check this pretty grizzle cap he created at his loft. Now, again, pretty to him, pretty to me. To all those out there watching, if you don't like it, that's okay too. Check this out. Very nice. Nice little young, I don't know if it's a hen or a cock, but it's got a nice cap. He's creating these in his loft. Nice little tippler. Now, we're going to discuss some of the wings. You see where the secondaries are pretty solid, the primaries are not, but that's why he's working on them. Same thing on this side. Not fully dark all the way. It's got white flights, but that's okay. He's playing with these cats, and this bird here has a long body.
It's a big one. It's a huge one.
Yeah, in comparison to some of the little ones that we have. So we're just gonna talk about some of these birds. We're gonna look at some of his young ones right here. As you can see, we got a couple in the cage. Talk about that. And I'm also going to talk about another tip on a Sunday night. And that's, I don't know if you can see behind me, I have a couple of pieces of equipment on that table over there. What we have over there this evening is a microscope. This microscope here. Now, this is one of the first generations. I've been having this microscope for a very long time. This microscope is one of the old school style, probably about 15 to 20 years old. But the instructions brings how to use the microscope, and it tells you what you should be looking for. For example, I'm gonna show you here. Common diseases in your loft: coccidiosis, roundworm, canker, lice, hairworms, and so on. So, Crossloft, B-Route 681, and myself, we've been talking this evening about this microscope and how useful it is in your loft. I cannot afford to take my droppings to a veterinarian, so I do what's best for me. The next best thing is to buy a microscope, fairly reasonable, and study my own birds under the microscope. Learn, teach myself. You got to always expand your knowledge, because if you stay in the same place, then you're just a standard average flyer. And if you're like some guys that I know, they never learn anything and they say they know everything, then now they become substandard. So we're gonna go over here. We've displayed a pigeon. We've displayed equipment. We're going to display some of these nice young birds that Crossloft bred this year. These are late hatches.
Late, very late. Two squeakers.
Two squeakers are in here. I like the little black one here. Gorgeous. I'm a sucker for the blacks. Look at that. Still squeaking. Very nice. And Crossloft's come a long way. And I told them, I said, and we all have to learn. We all have to, grow. If we don't grow, then we stay idle. And when we stay idle, your knowledge stops. Remember,
You crawl before you walk, right?
Exactly.
check out this nice little black. Looks like a little hen, but it's still too early to say.
Exactly.
But very small body, nice. Little hen, squeaker, very nice. And of course, the man banded the bird. Always band your birds. Give the bird an identity. We talked about that. So come on, guys. I'm gonna wait for you guys to come on. Get in this live video. Comment. Ask any questions. Here we go. We should all be lifelong learners. Absolutely, G&G Tipplers. Thank you.
Correct.
That's correct. I'm gonna let Loft display one of his other. This is a roller, I believe. Go ahead. Display that roller.
Bring this one. Bring this one.
This one?
Yeah. So let's like put them side by side and see the difference in the body style. You see? The roller here, you see this area is wider.
Yep. The chest, the crop area is much wider than the Tippler.
Both of them are squeakers. They were born like in the same week.
Okay.
So like we have a side by side. That's a roller. You see the muscle type?
Mm-hmm.
This is the muscle type,
Yeah.
And that's what enables him to roll.
Right.
That's a Tippler. Tippler doesn't need that much of muscles in this area.
In the chest area.
Because he's not gonna roll.
The pectoral muscles there.
You see, guys? Now, it's very
The
common.
wingspan. Now they're young.
Yeah, it's
They have to
very
go through the
common to
mold.
have the flights on the rollers.
Okay.
You know. But that's a big wing.
Big wing, yeah.
You see, this wing is like in size. It's longer than this one. And the color of the eye. Bring it here. Unfortunately, it's not the daylight.
No.
But these are like the orange eyes for the rollers. That's a pearl eye.
Pearl eye, but it's kind of hard to see without a light. But here we go.
Exactly. Let me hold it for you.
That's a pearl eye.
Clear. Very
Clear eye. Very nice. And of course,
The roller.
That's a roller eye. You see? It goes like orange, something like that.
lemon eye. Now, I don't know if you knew this, Loft. I used to own rollers.
I know.
I used to fly rollers for about 10 years.
I know.
And I never competed with the rollers, but I did fly rollers.
By the way,
most of the time,
thanks
from
to the
what-
Tipper guys, I'm here.
Yeah. We'll come back to the homing side
Yes.
right now. Most of the time, from what I see, rollers don't come with a flat head. They always
Always
what
around.
What I have,
Yes.
when I look at them, they have round head.
Yes.
Round heads.
Tipplers,
Flat head.
the flying machine ones, they come with a flat head.
Yes.
You don't use them to go to the show. It's guaranteed they will give.
They'll
They
be
will not
tossed
give
out,
you
yes.
points. They will take points from them.
Correct.
But up in the sky, this one is the one.
So, and I agree with Loft 100%. So what the man just said, just to reiterate what he said,
This round head, it comes always with the rollers.
rollers will always guarantee you a round head. Tipplers, every now and then, you get a flat head. Now, it's in the books. I have the book here. And it's just points. When you're showing tipplers, if they are flat, you get points deducted for a show. But what Loft just said, but when they're up in the sky, it doesn't really matter if they have a flat head or a round head. It's the performance in the end. Very nice little tippler. We're gonna come back with some other ones. Ooh, let me get this grizzle. Now this is a real big. This is a cock. I can tell
Yes.
already
Because of
the flecking on the tail. This is a grizzle.
look at these tips, the black ones.
These are not nestmates, are they?
No.
Okay. So these are nice dark tips all the way across, primary to secondary. We're discussing that tonight.
You see this one?
Very nice.
This is a kind of long body also. You see?
Long body, long tail.
That's a different blood line. But we come closer. This one has the red eye special. You see the eye, the pink eye, and somehow
The
sears.
around the eye, when the eye is pronounced, you can see the red around the eye. It's semi-clear, and it's got a little bit of red eye.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. That's more like a copper looking. what I have in my hand here. Now, this bird is interesting. The way this bird is marked, it's got flecking all over. Now, I apologize for the camera, and I apologize for the poor lighting. I try to turn on every light I have in here. This pigeon here has a lot of flecking in the primaries too. In the primaries there, you can see, has flecking across. It's like a grizzle. But I'm going to make a prediction about this pigeon right here. It's a cross loft. As this bird molts, it'll change. Because I can tell already, right here in the shoulders, how heavy it is on the modeling. And I would almost say that eventually, when this bird gets done molting, it'll be halfway down its wing. Heavy modeling. Very heavy.
Yeah, it's gonna be dominant.
Dominant, yes. And the neck will get darker.
You see, he's already in the first molt.
Yes, the first molt.
Yeah.
And you can see there's going to be a cock, of course. Look at all that heavy flecking. I mean, that's guaranteed right there, a cock. So, very nice bird. Different in the loft. It's got a medium-sized beak. From where the tip of the nose there to the end, it's kind of medium. I have some that are longer than that. It looks a little longer on the camera, but in visual, in live visual, it doesn't look like it's that big. Got another grizzle here.
The red one.
Yeah, let me see. Now this is a print. That's a done print, all the way.
That's
A done print.
that's a very hard color.
And I see in the primary some almond. It looks like an almond. I don't know, the camera, this video camera, the lighting is poor, but you can see, let me see. There it is. There it is. See the primaries? Look at the primaries. It's got little like almond, done. Pretty nice. That's a nice bird.
That's a long body. That's a hen.
That's the hen.
Yeah.
That's a long body tippler.
That's a long body. Tippler.
In here,
This is a short beak, right? Medium.
medium sized
size.
beak. I have some shorter. Now this is longer. This one's longer here. Check it out.
This is longer.
This is a little bit longer in comparison to that one. And this is a red. Of course, the red has a little bit of blue. I would assume that the parents were probably black and red.
Yes.
So there you have it. I can see the blue coming out in the back here. See the back of the tail? Has blue. But again, when you're first round and you want to work with them, you take this, put it right back on.
Or a red.
Yeah, to the red and hopefully darken that. This is a nice little tippler.
That's
Now, have you flown these?
none of these.
None of these have been flown.
Yeah, because of the hawk season right now,
Yeah,
I'm keeping them, inside
Yeah.
the coop.
nice.
That's the last one from the red and black one. That's
Okay.
round number 3.
Round number
Because
3.
the red one now
Mhm.
is on a different mix.
Okay,
Okay,
very nice.
that's why this one came with a lot of black. But
Yeah.
she will change after the.
I'm gonna show you. Let me go get a bird real quick. Hang on to that. Let the viewers hang for a second. I'm gonna show you another color that I just laid hatch.
White Pro, what's up? By the way, for everybody watching this channel right now, this is Taino Loft, representing B-Rod 681. Hanging out with the Tippler guys tonight. Checking out some of their Tipplers. Kasim bought over some of his birds. We're checking them out, going through them, and discussing some things about microscopes and checking out for diseases and all that. And not only that, but I'd like to say hello to, let's see, DDS. Hey, TNT Warriors, I'm gonna say hello to you. I'm gonna say hello to White Pearl Loft,
The nestmates.
Torino, Ome Torino. All these guys here in Florida. There's a lot of guys here in Florida that fly Tipplers, and I'm surrounded by them. I have some homer guys in my community, but we'll see what happens. But getting back to the Tipplers, guys. Tipper
All right.
channel.
So, about a month and a half ago, nice to see you guys. Love that shirt, B-Rod. Love that All right. Now,
Thank you, Frank.
I just started playing around with some colors. About a month and a half ago or so, I bred this. Feast your eyes on that. And if I showed you the parents, you wouldn't believe it. The father, the cock is black,
I guess that.
and the mother is red.
The Godzilla family.
Red. All the way red. Solid red. And this is what they produced me.
So basically that's a checkup.
The father carries the two genes, which carries his grizzling. See the primaries? Grizzle? Look at that. Then the nestmate came out somewhat solid black. So you can see. They're very young. Have not flown these. And what I'm gonna try to do is play around with the colors. Play around with that color. 2021 is gonna be the Godzilla flavor. And these guys are so young. Look how docile they are. Nestmates. I suspect the black is the hen and the cock is the model, the bronze model. Like it's got a, now I understand the tail should not be blue, but yeah, it is what it is. Now they don't have perfect beaks. They're light touch beak. You see? And even the one that Crossloft has is a little bit darker black. I like that better. This is a little bit lighter. You see?
This one is a cock, that one is the hen, you see? You
Yeah.
can tell from the head.
Yeah. And see, that one has a little bit more flat head. This one has a little bit rounder head. Oh. See, these haven't been flying, so these don't know how to fly yet.
No, they don't.
They just stay positioned there for me. See that? They don't know how to fly yet. They don't know they have wings.
Okay.
I thank you, Pearl Loft. They're all nice. I agree. They're all nice. But, like I said, folks, tonight we're talking about youngsters. We're talking about colors. We're talking about what we're going to be doing in 2021. I don't know what Crossloft has planned for 2021. But I'm going to breed some of the Godzilla favorites over here. I'm going to bring me some Pakistani high flyers. Can't forget those. I got my blacks, of course. My favorites. They're all my favorites. How about that?
All of them.
Can't beat it. So, the other evening we talked about pox. Let's revisit that subject real quick here. The individual that I made the video for on the pox, would you call that a blue tip Godzilla? Nah, just Godzilla with a blue tail. But what I want to do, G&G Tipplers, I want to make the whole color, the whole entire pigeon, all bronze model. Here we go. Can you see that? See the birds hanging out here, just relaxing. They're squeakers. They don't know any better. They don't know they have wings. They don't even know they can fly. Someone asked the other day, a YouTube viewer sent me a private message and asked, hey, you never display the book. I would like to get the book. What's the book called? I'm going to show everyone out there. The Pigeon. The Pigeon by Colin Walker. He's a veterinarian. Veterinarian that knows everything. This book right here, I recommend everyone should get. It teaches you about a lot of things. When you think you know something, check the book. It'll teach you some more. This book, right now, you can get it on eBay for about $125. Give or take, depends on what you buy it. It ranges. Cross Loft. So what do you think? What are we going to be doing this year? 2021. What are we going to do? Check out this little guy here. This guy right here. Blue tail. Hey.
I like the long body, the long wing
Yeah.
to the tail.
Yeah. I really like this bird here. Very nice. See that? Look at this tail. It's got a blue tail. But you know what? You can't win them all. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you don't. It's the luck of the draw. It's got a nice clear eye. And of course, I double banded these birds. I went ahead and I ran out of year bands for 2020 MPA bands. So I went ahead and banded it with a 8mm 2020 Homer band. I have plenty of those. And of course, my own signature series Red Eye Loft band. That band right there you cannot cut. That's a hard band to cut right there. It's very difficult. And there you have it. Going back to the microscope. It's called the Home Doctor. B-Rod, how much are they going for now? The new ones?
I haven't checked lately, but
Check on the internet there. You guys have a smartphone. And what I like about this microscope, it shows you in detail, what coccidiosis looks like under the microscope, what roundworms look like, what canker looks like, hairworms.
Oh.
He's learning he has wings. See? This is awesome. Right here it shows an example. On the one sample, you got coccidiosis, you have hairworm, you have roundworm. Right there it shows you. So I suggest for those out there that you may want to try to get into learning more about the pigeons and learning what they have. If you're gonna go treat, get a sample of the dropping, put it underneath the microscope and look it up. See if you can find it on here. And that book that I just presented to you, that also has pictures in it. It shows you everything in there of what you can get.
Before this and that, keep the loft clean all time.
Yeah? Cleanliness is the key. Now, I will say this. I am trying to promote the sport in the best way I know how, and that's sharing the information. And when I share the information, like I said, I don't claim that I know more than anyone else out there. Crossloft doesn't know. B-Rod 6881 doesn't know as far as everything. But
Euro.
we at least,
Like
we
Euro?
talk, we share information,
it's
we
in Dutch.
we
It's a
do
Dutch brand. See here?
we do some research on whatever we're looking for, and that's the key. That if you don't know, look it up. It doesn't cost you anything on the internet. Read up on it. Educate yourself. Learn about how you can make your birds better, your loft better. Because when you don't do that and you stay idle, then You've only taken your level of knowledge to a certain height, and that's it.
Okay, so everybody is aware. Here's a website right here. It's a Dutch product. This is the latest and greatest microscope, dual eye. And when you look at the, it says here, dropping a swab testing kit. Okay, now that price, of course, to me,
That's just for the kit, not the
the
microscope.
kit, but not the microscope. You have to go onto the website and find out how much is it for this microscope. But this is the latest and greatest right here. The one that we have here, it's a single eye. That's the very beginning, first model. Call it, if you will, like the 1920 model, Ford.
Johnny.
And now you have no longer the Pinto, you have the Cadillac.
Which one?
This I think he has a hand bar, not like in the most of
Yeah.
See?
I would call him. He
They
looks
sell
more
products
like
as
a
well.
A model, because of all the blotches.
So again,
The bars are not so heavy. When the bars
they
are
sell
heavier,
it.
then it becomes.
They sell the
you know,
kit.
with bars, but I can show
So
you
everybody
models.
stay
That
in tune
bird's
with your
gonna turn out
birds.
like a model that I have over here. Exactly.
Take your bird
I'll show you.
seriously.
Let me go get it.
He came from a lot of parents, both of them.
High
what?
performance.
Model parents.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's see.
Yeah,
here.
it'll be a
Winter
model.
season products online. We can continually go over this. Let's see. This is just product. No. But anyways, getting back to that home doctor, that's what you, if you're really seriously about keeping pigeons and you want to know what's going on in your loft, especially if you're a home racer, that's the type of equipment you should have.
So how do you, when you want to use the microscope,
Yes.
how old should be the droppings? Fresh, old, random sample?
You can
People
do-
love to
you can-
know those details.
Even if it's a dry sample, you put a solution to the vial.
Okay,
You shake it, you
Uh-huh.
put the swab, and you put it on the glass. And you
Okay.
put it underneath the eye, the microscope, and you look down the eye. So this way you'll see. And whatever's growing or crawling or whatever,
because those they will still alive, even if the
Correct.
droppings is like hard.
correct. And this way you go back to the chart and you look back and forth. So this will tell you what you have.
Oh, that's
Fresh or dry, doesn't matter. Even dry, you can wet it.
Wow, that's really nice.
This bird started out like that, and it went to this model. Look at all the modeling.
Yeah,
See, almost like a V.
yeah, that's really nice. Huh?
And blue tail.
And
And
all the white here disappeared.
all the white disappeared completely. Got solid. So I think that should get more heavier, and it could turn out to be as dark as this, because this bird actually started all white, like a print
Really?
when I first got it. I wish I would have taken a picture of it. This bird's about 3 or 4 years old. The peach band I think was 2014, I think.
That's a passport, huh?
2014.
Yeah.
Now, this is 2014. And believe it or not, this one here, he is the father to all the Godzilla that I made this year. This guy right here.
He's a nice.
He's the father.
That's a very nice one.
Here's the father to all the Godzilla. The mother is more, but this is the father to all the Godzilla family that I'm making right here. See that? See? This guy's more like a reddish. I'm sorry, I apologize for the lighting. See? You can't really see it too much, but it's got a lot of red in it.
Yeah, that's nice. I like this flat head.
Yeah? It's got a flat head. It's got a shorter beak.
You see the shiny part? You see?
But he has more of a red eye.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. We're
Yeah.
at the red eye loft.
You know, I like about like in the tipplers, the good ones. When you pull, when you try to stretch the wing, you know, they pull it back.
Yeah.
That means like this guy has a good muscle. You know,
Yeah.
for a 5 or 6 years, this guy is perfect.
Yeah.
He's in the perfect condition. you know?
2014. Been having that bird since 2014. As a matter of fact, I flew this bird here.
Did you?
I flew that bird here. And if I told you the hawk almost got him,
Hit him?
hit him when he was young, before yearling, I was flying him around the house, and he ended up, it was getting late, it was summer, getting late, bird finally come down, and it didn't land on the loft, it landed on the house.
Okay.
And a hawk come out of nowhere, about got it, and plucked out all the tails, caught him by the tail, but the bird stayed on the roof of the house because he was scared, and I was able to net it in the dark with a net, and I never flew him since. So this bird, the last time he flew was 2014. This pigeon right here. 2014, I flew him around the house, go up, go with the stock, go out, and come back.
That's a nice.
2014. Yeah, I feel it right here. Second day's messed up. What? Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So I think that'll turn out to be dark mottle. And if if the white doesn't completely leave its body, then he'll be heavy on the modeling. On the modeling like this,
You'll get
more darker once he starts molting. And this guy, once he molts, he'll probably change. That's not gonna
I think
stay that way.
This one will get more white.
Probably. Yeah. And those are nest mates. I just bred those
And the boxing?
in the back. And if I told you the hen is out of New York Tony and the cock is from Tarzan and the Crew. The cock, the father. And he's black.
That's nice.
Yep. Shout out there to all the flies out there. I know we've been talking, but hey, for all those out there watching, like I said, I can't name them all. It'd be hard for me to name them all unless I looked at my video over here. Let's see. That.
What are you looking for?
I was looking for my video, but it was on there. Now it's not syncing. Still thinking. May or may not sync. But yeah. Let's see, the comments are up here. Here it is. It's best to prevent problems, but you have to be ready to treat when you do have a problem. That book helps you to know about potential problems before they happen. You are so right. Research is key. You're correct, G&G Tipplers. Knowledge is the key. Knowledge is the key, right? Crosslock?
Yes, sir.
Hey? And for that reason, that's why I got the book. You have to educate yourself because I cannot afford to pay a veterinarian to tell me what's wrong with my pigeons. I am going to have on-the-job training on-the-job training, hands-on training, and learn how to take care of my pigeons like everybody out there should. Take care of their birds. Let me see. Aloha from Hawaii. Guys, love both your channels. Thank you. Thank you. Hunt, fish, play Hawaii. Yeah.
Tell him aloha.
Aloha. Yeah. Thank you for watching. White Pearl, thank you for watching. Frank, thank you for watching. All right. Got a couple people on here. Let me put this pigeon back. Take it away, Cross Loft. Take it away. We're pigeon mumbling. Come on.
Get on there, man. Get on there.
Hey, the other day we were talking about homers and how they make the maneuvers to survive, you know, to
Home is a total different game. Come on.
come on.
What do you want to say?
Simple.
What do you want to say?
So this is one of the topics, you know, guys. Homers versus tipplers. Maneuvers to survive.
Homers, they fly faster, they fly lower. When you look at it, especially when it comes to a homer team and the young kid, they will always fly low. Unless there's a hawk around, they'll go up higher. And they always stay above the hawk. They never want to be below the hawk. They know the hawk's there. When you look at the tipplers, especially when it comes to young tipplers, I don't know much about tipplers by far. That's why I hang out with these guys. And when I don't raise homers, I watch these guys' birds fly. He has a nice stock that he flies. My brother has a nice stock that he flies. Taino has a nice stock. Danny has a nice stock. Everybody here in Florida that flies tipplers, I look at it this way. If you don't want to get up early in the morning on a Saturday, let's say Friday night, you're out with your wife, you're going to a party, you have a couple of drinks and you want to sleep in, you're not going to get up in the morning to pack your young ones to go up 40, 50 miles. I mean, unless you're in a club, pay your dues, and fly your homers. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, that's another type of pigeon you could fly with a lot less time and still enjoy the birds flying. Tipplers are very good pigeons. I think they're they're the smartest pigeons out there, in my book. But if you look at every pigeon out there, all the pigeons have a unique way to themselves. You know, the Russian high flyers, the Budapest, the rollers. Rollers, as a matter of fact, Skywatcher. If anybody watches this video, Skywatcher. Watch that man. Skywatcher is an awesome flyer. He has rollers. He does them in kit boxes, and the guy's just phenomenal. When it comes to rollers, I enjoy watching his videos. You know, being competitive in the homer world, there's a lot of guys that I look up to. Okay. Again, I had a discussion a couple months back. Renegade Loft, his birds. He shipped birds for some race over here, and the birds never got there, which. It's really unheard of. The bird should have gotten there, but he got the box back empty. Now, did he ever get his answers to that deal? I don't know. I never touched bases back with him, and sorry about that. I've been meaning to ask you if you ever got the answers you was looking for. But regardless, I've shipped many homers all over. People get them, and you know, this is one of these things where in this pigeon game, in the pigeon world, anything can happen. I mean, something can happen in your loft. You lose young ones, you lose breeders, you lose everything. It could be very, very chaotic, and you have to stay on top of the game when it comes to the birds. So, you know, cross off. Sir, with your birds this year, how do you feel about breeding for 2021? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
You ready for 2021?
Yeah. Honestly,
Okay.
I'm looking for the.
Step in the camera, step in the camera, step in the camera. Let people see you.
You
This
guys
is
looking
crossroad.
for this style of.
Starter birds right here. He's gonna show you.
This is what I'm looking for. The long wing, the long body.
Long casted with long wings.
You see, guys?
This is what cross-loft Ali's looking for.
I like this style. I don't say the other styles are not nice, but this is something, you know, I prefer.
Well, again, it's a preference. In your
Preference.
loft, it's a preference in his loft, and you know everybody's entitled to that.
You see, guys?
What you see is what you like, and that's it. You're not gonna go any other way.
You know, sometimes you get the wing to the tail to this point, or to like, you know.
Yes.
I like it like this, you know, long body.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a hint.
I like a pigeon that has the long primary flights that are damn near even with the tail. Longer the flight, for me, is a better flyer. That's just my preference.
See, in the Homo world, to me, long wings are good, but I like the real tail feather cover. The back tail feathering right here, this tail feathering should come all the way close near almost to the dark band. All right?
See this one, guys?
When you look at the tail covering, it stops right here. I like it to come down here or further if that's possible. Shame on me, I didn't bring none of my homes so I can display them.
Next time.
You know, but we'll have many more times. Video chat.
Next time.
How about a cold Coca-Cola
Awesome.
for Mr. Ali?
Thank you
Oh,
so
water,
much.
okay. H2O. But tonight on a Sunday, this is what we're doing, people. We got Tipperman 266, we got B-Rock 681 Taino Loft, and we have Crossloft.
I just say thank you. I agree.
Okay. And you know, we can keep this pigeon game going, the sport, you know, keep it alive. Whether you fly tipplers or half fanciers and any other mode, it's okay. This is what we live for. We breed pigeons, we fly pigeons, we keep the birds. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing in the rule book says you can't keep whatever bird
You
you
just
want.
stand right over here.
Get over here.
Right here, right here, right here, right here. It's good. This is so we're
Special,
all
special guest tonight,
here
Crossloft.
discussing about pigeons.
Ali.
We're discussing health,
Color,
color,
body type.
body type, everything you can think of in pigeons. Let me put it this way: as long as we're discussing pigeons, that's all that matters. We don't want to discuss politics. We don't want to discuss problems. We want to discuss pigeons.
Two things, religion and politics, you don't talk about. You leave it alone.
I feel three things. And football.
Football's
And football.
questionable. That's okay.
But here's the reason why. Here's the reason why I like sharing information. The reason why I like sharing information because no one ever shared anything with me. When I was growing up, I had to figure it out for myself. And in doing so, it made me a better handler, a better flyer, a better breeder, and so on. And Crossloft, I told Crossloft when he first started keeping pigeons here, right here in Palm Bay, I consider him standard pigeon handler. Standard because he liked pigeons and he kept them and he fed them and so on. But now, I tell Crossloft, he's advanced his knowledge. He's grown with the hobby. He's getting better at what he's doing. His loft conditions are better. The setup is better. The health is better. The performance in flying is better. What more can you ask for? But he had to learn somewhere. He had to learn from someone. I'm not saying he learned it all from me, but in sharing knowledge, information, we
And
talk,
visiting
and
visiting
he
other
learned.
lofts.
Also, he's done some research. He's been on the website looking up some stuff and learning and reading. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, for all those out there that are constantly watching my videos, if I can help you in any way, that's what we're here for. Like I said before, it's a small community, but we need to help out each other. And for those out there that think they know it all and don't want to share any knowledge, shame on you. Shame on you because that only tells me one thing. You're selfish. You can't be selfish in this hobby. And you shouldn't be selfish in this hobby. Let me see. Thank you, Gotham's Birdman. You're my man. I love your flying flights. Hey, more power to you on those flying flights, man. You're doing great out there. I watch your videos all the time, man. Appreciate that. Gotham's Birdman. And there's some guys out there that I follow. They put videos up on a regular basis. Although I like to see some more videos from other guys, just to show the folks out there what you're doing. Because sometimes on our side, look, if you see something in my loft that I missed, tell me. Tell me. Text me. I have my number out on the website. Tell me on this video, live video, hey, I noticed something wrong with your loft. I noticed something wrong with the bird. Tell me what you see.
Well, give it advice. Say, hey,
Yeah,
if I was you, I would do this.
That there's some guys out there that prefer not to get on video. They like to watch the videos. They'll make their comments, but they don't share anything. Tell me why. The video that I made recently on the pox, the gentleman answered my video in a very negative way. He was not receptive to it. He didn't like the video. He claimed that he knew everything. So I couldn't help him. Yes. Yes, Loft watching. Thank you for watching. Dennis D, yes.
Dennis, what's up?
But again, he watched the video. He didn't like the video. And I specifically made it for him. And he came up with some excuse why he didn't believe any of the information that I had to offer that's in the book, that I presented in the book. I can't make this stuff up. I told him that once I thought I knew something about pox, I didn't know anything until I read that book. And I thought I knew something, just like him. He thinks he knows something, but he doesn't, because he's making the same mistakes over and over and over. And if I'm out here watching and I want to lend him a hand and help him, he rejects the help. So we can't help everyone, right, Crosslaw?
Yes, sir.
So, Crosslaw, anything you'd like to say on tonight's live video?
Thank you for everyone for watching. The nice comments, guys. And, the breeding season is coming
Yeah.
to us. Maybe it's different a little bit up north, but
Yeah.
it will come also. So,
Mm-hmm. Yes. Breeding season is upon us.
it's always good to have a plan,
Always have a plan.
Like, you work on it.
Always.
Always have a plan. 2021. Yeah. 2021.
And
Breeding season. After Thanksgiving, you put the birds together. If you're a homofly, you want your birds what? On point, fully molted, ready for that first race. What can I say, people? But going back to the Tippler, guys.
we're at 48 minutes. I want to keep it right at the hour mark, and then we're going to go ahead and terminate this video.
So what's the plan for the Pakistani high flyers? What's your plan?
My plan for the Pakistani high fly. Well, here's what I plan to do. In recent years, I have sold some of the youngsters. I never stocked any. I didn't keep any, and I just have the parents. So I have to be careful with that, because if something happens to the hen or the cock, I'm short. So this year, what I plan to do is I am going to try to breed at least a dozen of Pakistani high flyers.
How many pairs do you have right now, ready to make?
Probably have 2 for sure.
2 pairs?
2 pairs for sure.
You
2
get-
pairs. So I can also shuffle the eggs around, switch them around, and I can get easily my goal of 12 pigeons, 12 Pakistani high flyers. Now, I would like to test them, fly them by themselves to see what they do. Pick out the best of the best, stock those, and move forward with that. So that's the game plan for the Pakistani high flyers.
Oh, that's nice.
That's right. Times 4. But again, folks out here, we're in Florida. The weather's supposed to get cold here in the next couple of days. That's another thing we're going to discuss on how do you adjust the feed for the pigeons. Right now, I'm not feeding corn to my birds. When we have a cold snap, I'll provide them with as much corn as they need, because that sugar, that corn is hot, and it keeps them warm.
Especially when they sit on eggs.
Yeah, especially when they're sitting on eggs.
need
Yeah,
it,
they need it. So for 2 days, not a whole lot, but we're gonna have a cold snap. It's going to be about 60 degrees on Tuesday, and I think high of 58 on Wednesday, from what I understand. That could change. Yeah, I don't think it's going to get that cold for you, Dennis. I think it'll stay pretty warm where you're at. But for us, we got to look at that. We got to be careful. And main thing is, in a loft, we don't want drafts. Up north, that's why they cover the entire loft. Here in Florida, we keep it open. Fresh air, less humidity. The birds seem to acclimate to the weather a lot better. I've heard of guys over in Hawaii that have open lofts, and they don't enclose their lofts in Hawaii because their climate is similar to what we have here in Florida.
Yes.
A lot of rain, a lot of dampness, and so on. That's a very nice bird. Thank you, Kenneth. Appreciate that, Kenneth Atkins. Yes, sir.
So when will you start?
Start or stop?
Start breeding.
Start breeding?
Uh-huh.
I would like to try to put some of my birds together this week. This week, I'm not going to be working so much. So I'm going to go through some of my pairs, put them together, and decide like what pairs I'm going to put together and breed as many as I can. I'm not going to breed all my birds. I don't breed all my birds all year round, and I don't breed them year after year after year. So there's some birds in there that I have not bred out of for probably 3 years. Here, at what age can you give a pox inoculation to a pigeon? Real simple. In that book, 2 weeks. 2 weeks after hatching, you can actually inoculate the bird.
In the bowl.
In the bowl. Let me see, I'm gonna look it up real
The
quick.
Humble guys have done it. We've done it right in the bowl, and it solves your problem. This way, they run through the fever while they're getting fed by the parents, and that's it. They're not stressed when they're flying, loft flying, and you're training them. So you get that out of the way right off the right off the tip, right there.
I know it's in here.
But also, I want to say what's up to everybody in NYC. I hope you guys are being safe with the COVID. COVID has ran rapid for this nation, and it's crazy all around the world, globally. Yellow Caps, hope you're good, man. Carlos,
Okay,
87, 80.
so
Hope you guys are good.
the question,
Be okay.
bringing the book out here. This goes out to G&G Tipplers. At what age can you give a pox inoculation to a pigeon? The book says, I'm gonna read it out here so you can see it, so you can hear it. It says here, the recommendation is that all pigeons should be over 6 weeks of age when inoculated. Often, however, much younger pigeons are vaccinated, even at 1 to 2 weeks of age in the nest, without ill effect. Just like I said earlier. And how did I know that? I read the book.
That's a nice book.
Very nice book. And I constantly refreshing my knowledge. I go back to the book. When I think I may get confused on something, I go back to the book. This book been a lifesaver.
The reference point.
And everybody has a manual, right? You have a manual to your car. You have
Your handbook at your job, things you can't.
yeah, you know, at your job you have, you know, the policies and procedures. I got The Pigeon Vet by Colin Walker. The best book ever. The best. I wouldn't trade this book for anything else.
What
And Joe M. Tipplers, Molt Side Tipplers. I know we discussed this. You mentioned you have the same book, a little bit different. Well, I'm here to tell you, I don't know how much newer this one is, but you can see the cover's kind of beat up because you can tell I read it a lot. I go through it a lot. I pick it up a lot. You know the old joke that says, you send the kids to school with the books and they eat the books. Well, that's not the case here. Send me to school and I'm going to read and learn from the book. All right?
When did you get this one for?
I got this several years ago. I purchased this book. Now, the book has changed in cover. I know they still have this version. They have the other version. I think they have a third version. There's like 3 different versions. And Molt site has it. You should order it and keep it. It's a very good book to have.
Go to
Does
Amazon.
does it handle pigeon genetics?
Yes, it talks about genetics. It talks about loft conditions. It talks about feathering. It talks about, right here, talks, of course, about diseases. It talks about program to ensure good quality feather, good feather quality, I'm sorry. It talks about everything and anything. It talks about the eyes, bathing. It talks about certain stuff like this, molting and race performance with homers. And this book does cover a lot of things about homers too, you know.
That's a
But
nice book.
but it covers a little bit about everything. Homers, regular pigeons.
What's the title called?
It's called the pigeon vet. I'm sorry, the pigeon.
Okay.
Yep, the flying vet by Dr. Colin Walker. I put it in the in my last video. It's a great book. You know, and again, I like to go through it and highlight stuff that I may have missed. Here's something that I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna share with the guys right here in Florida. What is the ideal temperature in your loft? Temperature and humidity. It's in here. It's in this book. In my loft, I put a humidity and a thermometer in my a weather thermometer in my loft, and I can tell when when it rains and the humidity level is above 75%, way up there, the pigeons are gonna have a problem. When it's below the 70%, like at 68%, the pigeons look fabulous. And I noticed that in my loft. But for that one guy out there that I try to help with the pox, if you're telling me you knew that already, so you knew that already. But I tell you, unless you get this book, I don't think you know anything. And like I said, it's a very, very important book to have. I go back to it on a weekly basis, and I read. Sometimes I may have misread something, and I go back, and then I understand what they're getting at. Dr. Colin Walker has done a very good job in displaying dropping interpretation. I once told the guy the help is in the birds dropping. They didn't believe me. Now they believe me. It's in the dropping. Now, a bird can get excited and give you a loose dropping, but in the end, overnight, when you go in your loft, and if you don't see small marble-sized droppings with sometimes under feathers attached to it, the bird's in super great health if you see it like that. If you don't see that, the down feathers, then
They stick to the droppings.
yeah, then you know you have a little bit of problem. And do I have problems in my loft? We all have problems in our loft. But that's why you get the book and you read up on it. It shows you about pair of pigeons, shows you an egg autopsy. It shows you a little bit about everything. Look at this. This is a phenomenal book. Tumors, hardware diseases, egg binding, fat in a pigeon, all the fat. Why is that not good for a bird? All fat around the pectoral muscles. Well, for homers, I'm gonna tell you, it's not good. For a tippler, it's not good. You know, weight creates, fat creates weight, which the birds won't go fly high. Tippler won't fly high. You know? I can't see that emoji. Juan Gonzalez, I don't know what. Oh, the book? Yeah. Right here. All right, folks. I'm going to wrap this up. We have less than 30 seconds to wrap it up. I want to keep it at an hour. Like always. Cross Loft came out here tonight. Show yourself, Cross Loft. B-Route 681 and myself, of course. Tipplement 266 from the Red Eye Loft. Thank you for coming out and watching this video on a Sunday evening. You probably have better things to do, but we like the Pigeon Mumble.
Remember,
We
people,
like the Pigeon Mumble.
remember, people, please like, share, subscribe. like this video, comment on this video, share this video.
And
right
hit that
here.
bell.
And
And
hit
hey,
that
don't
bell.
forget to go to Crossloft page. Crossloft.
Crossloft.
Would you like to say anything?
Thank you guys for watching.
All right. So, on that note, we're going to end it. Hunt, fish, play Hawaii. Peace.